What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tej pack. Tej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tej. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Welcome to the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. I had a lot going on this morning. I had woke up late, had to get out here and get to the bag, taking care of business. I got a painting that was delivered. Y'all want to see my painting? I got to show y'all my painting. This mug is sick. This painting is sick. So I got to show it to y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can show it to you. So I got a Batman at the top. All right. We got the Godfather, the Don in the middle. Hold on. Let me make sure I put this right. And then I got the Joker at the bottom. Woo, this mug is sick. Oh, snap. I can't wait to hang this up, yo. I got the Joker at the bottom. Remember when he was being interrogated? And then you got the Don in the middle, and then you got Batman at the top. It's sick, y'all. It's sick, y'all. Yeah, man. So I got a lot of my custom work being delivered. A lot of my custom work is starting to get delivered. I really like that one. I like that piece. And I wanted to get a lot of it to be delivered before before we start to really embrace the content creation space, right? So we got a live stream that I'm planning on tomorrow night. I got an in-studio live stream with a lot of different people that's coming in here tomorrow night, and it's going to be popping. It's going to be popping. So welcome to the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. I can't stop looking at it. I can't stop. I got to get this hung up today. I got to get that joint hung up today. So anyways, what's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I got a standing desk, so I just hit the button on them. You hit the button on them, and the desk start to rise up. You know what I'm saying? I got a few things in here. You know, one thing that we gonna do is that we not gonna do nothing cheap. We don't do nothing cheap over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. And in order to not do it cheap, we need to make sure that we acknowledge our sponsor. So shout out to Tej Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Uncomplicated skincare for men. Make sure you tap in at the link in the description and get your Tej pack. Tej makes our lives uncomplicated and make sure that our skin is what it needs to be. So fellas, make sure you get your Tej and get it popping. So that's A. B, make sure you subscribe to my Patreon. For those of you that have seen the Charleston White uncensored video, you know, I'm having a little bit of a problem. Let me tell you why. The uncensored video is, I can drop that for my bag chasers. So it's in its entirety, the entire interview is like an hour and 54 minutes long. The entire interview is fire. It is, I can't drop that whole interview on YouTube. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. It'd just be censored, demonetized, the whole 9 yards. Even the clips that I'm dropping, I have to heavily modify it, right? So I have to go back and make sure that I censor certain things so that we can get everything we supposed to get as a result of doing all of the hard work from our interviews. I travel all the way to Dallas, you know, twice a month just to make sure that me and him can record our podcast that we got coming out and the content. Oh, did I say that out loud? That me and Charles? Don't worry about it. But I travel very, very far. Who the fuck is imitating me in the chat? Come on, y'all, get them up out of there. I know WhatsApp. I ain't even asking for nothing on WhatsApp. What is that? Anyways, but if you're not a part of the Patreon to get the video that I'm dropping today, the interviews that I've dropped previously in their entirety, the 6th interview is, matter of fact, let me go ahead and remove the 6th interview right now. Let me remove the 6th interview right now in its entirety. Give me a second. 6 the Goddess, full interview. YouTube. Get it, got it, gone. 6 the Goddess interview is now removed from YouTube in its entirety. It will never come back. So, listen, you know I made it when I got trolls imitating me as me while I'm on a live stream like I'm not here to look at it. You know you made it when you got trolls imitating you as you in a live stream. So, what is up with these trolls? Yo, moderators, Anton apparently has crossed the threshold into success. Y'all gonna have to make sure that y'all on top of it today. We don't want to ban anybody that may have a difference of opinion, but we do want to make sure that we don't get anybody getting spammed and all of that other kind of crap, right? So make sure that moderators, please, as you enjoy the show, help me out a little bit and do your job today. You know what I'm saying? But the 6th interview is gone. Every major interview that I've done is only available in the Patreon. You got some clips still up on YouTube, and I'm removing those as I go along. But the 6th interview is completely gone. You can't watch it. The Charleston White interview is not available on YouTube. It is uncensored. It is crazy. It is insane. And it is something that you will definitely get way more value and entertainment from than anything on Netflix. Also got a Patreon exclusive video dropping today. And the best time to join the Patreon is the beginning of the month. So if you are not a part of the Bag Chasers, I encourage you to do so. We thousands strong. I think I want to get the Bag Chasers. My goal next year is to get the Bag Chasers above 10,000. My goal next year is to create an army that is more than 10,000 strong. We have 2,000 bag chasers on the Discord alone. That ain't even got nothing to do with how many bag chasers is really, really connecting. That's just a part of the tribe. You know what I'm saying? That take in the content that haven't even joined a Discord. More than half of the bag chasers is not even on a Discord. We got a whole army and a group and a community of people that is together, that is building and that is leveraging all of the information that I'm giving them and information from each other in their different industries and government and business and entrepreneurship and cryptocurrency and tech talk. And they are leveraging every single thing that they have, all 100% positive, to come together and do great things. Natasha sent me a report today. She said, Anton, we got over 2,000 active Discord members alone that can only access the Discord from the Bag Chasers group. I said, Natasha, we over here destroying, killing, building our own army. We are our own version of Wakanda, except for we do business with people based off of character and not just color. If you're not a part of the Patreon, I'm inviting you to join a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, but be careful because we don't allow any dusties and dusty behavior. We don't have no arguments. We ain't having no issues. All we do is build, get money, become successful, get married, become the best version of ourselves, and continue to level up. So I appreciate you guys for continuing to tap into all of the content, to participate on the Discord. As a result, that link is in the description of any of the most recent videos inside of the Patreon, and we're going to continue to do the work. All right, so make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and then starting next week, I'm going to start posting on Rumble. I'm also an investor. Remember when I was telling y'all the importance of investing in the things that you participate in? I'm an investor in Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, who also runs YouTube. I'm an investor in Rumble. I'm also an investor in a lot of the different things in the platforms. I'm an investor in Meta. Everything that I'm going to do and I'm going to participate on, before I do it, I also want to have a vested interest in it. Shout out to the Lucid Experience. Says, what do you think about the Elon Musk $8 verification initiative? A lot of folks are complaining about it. Also have trouble refreshing my Patreon. The $8, I don't know about refreshing your Patreon. I do want to say that one mistake that people make when they join my Patreon is they don't sign up for a tier. They don't sign up for a tier. So they'll join a Patreon and be like, oh yeah, I'm a part of the Bag Chasers, but you didn't actually sign up for a tier, so you don't have access to any of the information. You have to sign up for a tier to make sure that you are accessing every single asset and information as a part of the Bag Chasers. So that, and then the Elon Musk initiative, I want to make sure that I believe that it's a good idea. Everybody is always going to complain. It's $8. If you're a power user on any of these platforms, it's $8. You will go out there and you will spend $40 on a hussy, but you won't spend $15 in order to make sure that you level up and double your income. You will spend $100 on a chick that got you in her phone as food, but you won't spend $15 on a Patreon to become a part of a network and a group of people that can actually help you get a government contract. You will spend $200 on a pair of Jordans that you're going to wear just so you can stunt for people that don't care nothing about you. But you won't spend $15 to become a part of the Bag Chasers for people that's actually adding the most value into your life. You will spend $1,000 to go and have a hot girl fall. Yeah, it's fall now. Y'all still out in Miami. I know. My man's just told me about it. You'll spend $1,000 to go have a hot girl fall, but you won't spend $15 in order to fix your marriage. Why are we as a people, and this ain't for the Bag Chasers, because the Bag Chasers is doing the work. Why are we as a people 1,000% opposed, and when given the freedom and the option to choose for ourselves, we always go down the bad path? We as a people, when given the option to choose for ourselves, regularly select the thing that is the worst for us. Somebody in the chat, help me to understand. Somebody in the chat, listen. In the very beginning of the Bag Chasers, we wasn't even 6 months old. And I said, yo, anybody that want to pitch me an idea, I'd love to become your partner. And then I'd invest in your business to give you the seed money for you to be able to get your business off the ground. I had only planned on doing it one day. But we wind up doing 3 days of pitches, and multiple different people, both here in the United States and Canada, got seed money to be able to start their business. It cost them at that time $9. I had an early adopters, and I had warned everybody. I said, yo, this price is never coming back. If you lock in for the $9 now, you got the $9 for the rest of the entirety of the time that you decide to be a part of the Bag Chasers. And then right after that, I did 12 Days of Christmas, and I gave away almost $40,000. Right after that, I did Invest in Your Business, and I gave away more than $60,000. I gave away more than anything that I got as a result of allowing you to be a part of a group and a network of people that actually add value into your life. And then I flew to y'all cities and I met up with y'all. And I said, yo, let's kick it. Let's mine this out. Let's have a good time also over some drinks, and let's put together our plan so that we can take over the world. You won't even do the thing that's in your own best interest, even though you see the value in it. But you will go down to Atlanta, get you a little hussy for $40 and don't realize that she actually giving you a disease. You paid $40 for some gawk $1,000 because it wasn't even that good, and she left you with that clap. Why, when given the option to choose for ourselves, we choose the worst thing for us? I'm curious. Oh, I got a lot of takes and a lot of videos that's going to be coming out addressing the state of how things are and why people are not doing the things that's in their own best interest. How does that make sense, Freaky Jason? Why do we always do things that don't add value into our life, and then we will complain and blame whoever they are? You know who they are. We will complain and blame whoever it is that we can find and put our hands on in order to make sure and ensure that we hold them accountable for not giving us what we need in order to be successful. Basically, you're looking for a government handout. My man's Charleston, he said, listen, you need to give all of that back. Give your government handout back. Give the incentivized things that they give you in order to make sure that they keep you down. But no, you want to be tethered. You want to be tethered to the hood. You want the worst thing for you. I would encourage you to come out of that dark space. I would encourage you to be the best version of yourself. I would encourage you to stop having a hot girl fall, because listen, hot girl summers is just around the corner. We only need you to buckle down for a few months to get your life together, and then you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. I'm an advocate for making a sacrifice now so you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. What are we talking about? Why are you not doing the thing that's in your own best interest? Why do we have to continue to have this conversation? Why are you unable to make the smart decision because now you have the freedom to do so? Maybe they should have shackled you back up and sent you back to the plantation. At least you would be married. At least you would be building. At least you would be being productive on this earth. At the very least, you could be adding some value. Maybe you can pick some more cotton. That's what I'm going to start calling you. I'm going to start calling y'all that continue to do the worst things for the community the cotton pickers. Use a cotton picker, a cotton picking nanny. Use a cotton picker, because the only thing that you good for, the only good purpose that you may serve, may be under the duress situation that you're placed in when you can do something for somebody else against your own will. Because given the choice to do it yourself, you're not going to do nothing good. All you're going to do is continue to make the worst decision for yourself. You're going to create more babies. You're going to raise a bunch of hoodlums and demons that's running around killing, stealing, and destroying everything on this earth. Maybe we should have sent you. Maybe everybody shouldn't have got free. Maybe only some of us should have got free, because all of us wasn't worthy of redemption. We let some of y'all out and y'all came out, y'all still killed and destroyed. And then you made sure that you sold poison in your community. You became the new version of a slave catcher and a rapper. You made sure that you gave so much poison out and incentivized people to do the thing that was going to get them into prison so that they can become a part of the prison industrial complex and then make more profit for the investors in that situation. You worse off than if you would have stayed a cotton picking nanny. Put that Aunt Jemima hood rat. Y'all wearing the same thing that was wearing when they was serving the white people back when they was in slavery. You got on a bonnet, the same type of bonnet that Aunt Jemima got on the front of the syrup. You got on the same bonnet. You willingly put on the same bonnet in public that Aunt Jemima got on the front syrup. Have y'all thought about that? You, Aunt Jemima. You are Aunt Jemima. You freely submit yourself to being an Aunt Jemima. Anyways, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Somebody told me I'm at like 99,000. Let me see what we working with over here. Oh, snaps. Oh, snaps. I'm at 99,000 on both. Let me see something before we get into the show. I'm Malika Andrews. Oh, shit. 700 subscribers away from 100,000. Let me first say this. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that hold me down. Thank you to everybody that hold me down, that is subscribed to the channel, that hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, that add value into my life. You have no idea how much I value you. You are awesome. From here, it goes up. From here, it's just going to be absolutely insane. Now I got my foot on their neck, and they let me out. They should have never gave Anton from Anton Daniels money, so we going to now mine that out, and we going to get to it. So thank you for everybody that hold me down. I appreciate you through this journey. For some of us, and I want to get straight into this Malika Andrews, Ime Udoka conversation. For some of us, it didn't come overnight. I don't believe in overnight success. Everything that I've ever gotten, I had to work hard as hell for it, including my platform here on YouTube. And so I think it's worth it, and you appreciate it much more when you had to grind for it. And I'm a representation of you. I'm a representation of the people that's not an overnight success, but the people that endure long enough to actually get to the benefits and the results. But we're going to get to that in the Patreon. I got a special video that I'm dropping for the people to help them to understand exactly what it is that I've been able to accomplish and why it was so necessary for me to take it the hard way and not do it the easy way. Shout out to Eric Kidd. Eric Kidd is a new bag chaser. Everybody that signed up as new bag chasers, that's going to become a part of an army that is going to be, by the end of the year next year, 10,000 strong. We are going to continue to run it up, and I have the most phenomenal Patreon of anybody on the motherfucking internet. And tell your mama I said that, all right? So shout out to Raw Dog Ronnie. Raw Dog Ronnie said, 100K, here we come. And you know the thing about me is that I didn't leave my people behind. You can't say that Anton left his people behind. You know what Anton did? I didn't just throw down a rope for the people, Raw Dog Ronnie. You know what I did? Not only did I throw down a rope for the people, because I didn't get to where I got to and then pulled up my stuff and then ran away. I threw it down and then I jumped back down into the tunnel to come and pull my people up with me to help them to understand and guide them through all of the rocks that people was going to be throwing as they was climbing back up. And then I was talking to them on the way back up as I was carrying my people up out of the tunnel with me. You know it. It's plenty of bag chasers that's getting crazy bags as a result of rocking with me, both publicly and privately. I didn't just throw down the rope and the ladder to say, yo, I didn't pull it up. I threw it down. Then I climbed back down and I told y'all what it is that y'all was going to endure and have to go through in order to become successful along the way. That's what we do over here at the Bag Chasers. So shout out to everybody that hold me down and continue to do what y'all do. Look at Fatty. He said, Udoka already has a job? What a surprise, told you. You are right. I'm going to have to concede on this one, Fatty. So I am going to drop the link, but I do want to get into some of these conversations. I'm going to drop the link today because I want to get what y'all thoughts are. I'm going to drop the link today because I want to get y'all thoughts on this whole situation with Ime Udoka. But before I do, I want to play a couple of clips specifically so that we can get a better understanding of exactly what's going on. Again, shout out to T. Hanley. Shout out to everybody that hold me down. Shout out to everybody that continues to give cash apps and super chats. Shout out to the Service USA, said get these likes up. Shout out to Natasha for holding me down also. I appreciate everybody for holding me down. So let's get into the show, y'all. So here, what you have here is ESPN. And I want to talk about women. I want to talk about redemption. I want to have a conversation with you guys. Make sure y'all cameras together. I'm giving you the heads up right now. I am definitely going to tap in and drop the link in the chat for you guys to be able to cam up and give your opinion on this whole Ime Udoka situation, because I am one of the first to bring myself to the front of the congregation and say that I was wrong. I was wrong. If he, by the end of the week, is coaching the Brooklyn Nets, if he, by next week, is sitting on the sidelines, and then I'm at the front court of the seats having a conversation looking at Ime Udoka and yelling at him and getting thrown out of the Pistons game, I will be the first one to tell you that I'm wrong. And I'm going to tell you why I'm wrong. But before we get into me, right? Before we get into me, I want to get into these clips.
To accomplish things without high level of accountability, and I think that's where they were lacking, and I think it showed up in their play.
I want to bring Zach Lowe into this conversation now, because it's
Malika over here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get a good view of her. Malika over here. Now, one thing about me, let me turn this air off. One thing about me is that regardless of what anybody does, I don't believe in taking no bags away from somebody. I understand that people get fired for doing things and they have to be responsible for their actions that come along with it. But I don't believe in holding anybody back from getting the bag. If another organization says, yo, Ime, it is your time to come over here because we have an opportunity and we think that your talent outweighs your inability to be able to keep your dick in your pants, who am I to dick police somebody or pocket watch somebody and prevent them from being able to get a bag if there's an organization that finds value in what it is that they bring and they're willing to overlook it? Who am I to say, no, he shouldn't get a bag? Why do we hate on other people or try to prevent them from being successful or prevent them from coming back from a negative situation? Maybe he learned from it. Maybe he's a better person as a result of it. Maybe he was able to even hold on to his situation with his chick, Nia Long, hold on to his family, overcome this, and this is a comeback story. Listen, if we had taken that perspective before I get to Malika over here, Malika Andrew, if we had taken that position with everybody, we don't get to praise and celebrate the Kobe Bryant that wound up becoming a phenomenal father because we were trying to hold him accountable for what happened in that hotel room when he was taking a break and he was a little bit injured and he wanted to get his Gawk 3000. He wanted to get a little bit of nut off. Okay, so he made a little bit of mistake. So we gonna condemn him forever? We not gonna prevent him from going over and getting them extra 2 championships just because we don't get to see the Mamba, the Black Mamba, because we want to prevent him from being the man that he really is, which is a great father? His story wasn't done being told, right? But if you leave it up to women like Malika, you will never have a comeback story, ladies and gentlemen. Every man that ever got his skeet on inside of a woman that willingly took the skeet, even though you shouldn't have been sleeping with another dude's chick inside of the organization that you work for, okay, you fumbled the bag, cool. But if it's up to a woman like Malika and some of these simps, we gonna get to that conversation. If it's up to them, then you don't get to have a comeback story and be regarded as one of the greatest human beings and phenomenal fathers and champions of all time, such as the Kobe Bryants. If it's up to women like this, you don't get to tell your story. You don't get redemption. You don't get forgiveness. I believe that women, not men, women are some of the most hateful, not all of you, shout out to my bag chasing ladies, but some of these women are some of the most hateful creatures on the face of the planet Earth. Leave it up to them. Leave it up to them. If you didn't bring a Lunchable for your kid, that week, you are the demon father from hell. Shout out to Jay Tay. Jay Tay said, I saw your first video you did when Malika. Let me stop calling her Malika. Malika Andrews was showing out on the men on ESPN and Ime. But nobody talks about how she was an alcoholic, popping Skittles back in the day, acting like she never made a mistake. Check her story, bro. Oh, so are you telling me and arming me with information to be able to have a conversation about Malika? Because listen, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Let's see what Malika's, because you can tell, and I'm not going to play the whole clip, but you can tell throughout this interview, and let me drop the link in the chat right now because I want y'all to be able to come up and have this conversation. Throughout every question, every person that was on the panel was trying to have a conversation about basketball. Hey, well, he was a winning coach and maybe he could change the culture or whatever. This is a basketball show. First of all, you're not even supposed to be here. This is a men's sport. What is a woman on here commentating about a men's sport in the first place? Malika. Hold on. Before we get into the video, let me pin this real quick, y'all. Let me pin this because I want y'all to be able to come up here and have a conversation. I really do. Let me pin this to the top of the chat. I heard, what's my man's name? Stephen A. Smith was talking greasy too. Make sure y'all have your camera on, have y'all makeup done. Don't be up here looking like a dusty. And we're going to get to it. But let me play a little bit of this clip of what Malika had to say. I pinned it to the top of the chat. And then we're going to come back and we're going to have a conversation about this whole thing. All right? All right, Malika. What do you have to say after asking another question, babe? What do you got to say, boo?
It's not lost on me that Ime Udoka has done incredible things with the Boston Celtics, but it just seems...
Look at that attitude. Ooh-wee. Look at the attitude on that neck. Before we even really start to get into this conversation, look at the wheels on that nag. Let's go back 1 second.
Into this conversation now.
Lacking, and I think it showed up in their play.
I want to bring Zach Lowe into this conversation now because it's not lost on me that Ime Udoka has done incredible things with the Boston Celtics. But
it ain't nothing like a woman that's going to diminish how it is that you are and what you've accomplished with a bad attitude. Look at the attitude on that neck. The left side of her face is starting to get wrinkled. It's starting to look like she's having a stroke on that side of her face. She's so mad that this man got a possibility of getting back in the NBA.
But it just seems like if we're having this conversation about Ime Udoka being hired by Brooklyn, where he was an assistant coach, accountability is the word I keep coming back to. Where is the accountability to women in the NBA? Zach, what do you make of this?
Oh, no, ma'am. Where is the accountability to who? Let me be clear. Let me be very, very clear. I'm going to be very, very clear for you ladies. There is no accountability to women. We don't even know who the women were that were out here taking that BBC. Nobody ever brought the women to the front of the congregation to hold them accountable about sleeping with Ime willingly. Nobody ever did that. The Brooklyn Nets, not Brooklyn Nets, the Boston Celtics didn't do it. Women didn't demand for it. You never want to hold your own accountable, first of all, before you start to hold a man accountable. And then you want to take everything that he's ever worked for. So this man did a little bit of skeet and some little meat. Okay, cool. I don't hear Nia tripping. The only person he got to be accountable to, I'm not even sure that he got to be accountable to Nia Long. You know why? Because they wasn't even married, and either you're married or you're single. I'm not even sure that he has to be accountable to Nia Long. Let me get some of y'all up here before we start to have this conversation because Anton is feeling a certain type of way right now, and I want to make sure that I'm having this conversation and I'm not in an echo chamber. I'm not willing to be in an echo chamber, so I'm gonna bring some of y'all up. Mr. Dub Will.
What up?
What's going on, my friend? How you feel?
I'm chilling.
Give me your thoughts on this, big dog.
I'm so happy that this is happening and this man. As a Celtics fan, I'm kind of pissed, but I'm glad that he's getting his job back. And for me,
why y'all doing
it's
okay?
just so,
Y'all doing okay in the beginning of the season?
but still,
don't be greedy. Don't be greedy, Dub.
I'm greedy. I'm sorry. I'm a fan. I'm greedy.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I really want to get your opinion on this. So, as a businessman, so for me, I'm looking at this now, and the fact he got rehired so quick. Was this the Celtics putting hurt feelings over business?
Well, that's the question that we asking. I don't believe so. I don't think that the Celtics could have kept him on in any way. Because you still got to take into consideration that because it's a liability issue. And he still slept with. He violated the policies that the Celtics had implemented. So the Celtics can't hold on to him. But that don't mean that I don't think that he should ever work. He should ever not work again.
Yeah, that's true. People who say that, I mean, I like this Malika Andrews chick. They're saying that he shouldn't be in the NBA because he's not accountable to women. Like he's not. Who said he has to be accountable to women? Like he didn't owe women as a group anything. Like that's ridiculous. That's just some feminazi talking points right there. I don't even care about that.
I agree. I think that he should be able to have a job. I don't see why somebody listen, if somebody is overdoing what they do, right? Let's just say hypothetically that somebody is over and I don't know, they cheat on their chick, right? And I could look from a distance and make an observation because they're a public figure, and I could say, well, shoot, that he was stupid. He fumbled the bag. But then at the same time, and I can make an observation of what I think is going to happen. Oh, man, I wonder if she's going to break up with him. Man, I don't want him to have to go through family court and all of this other type of stuff. But that don't mean that I'm going to wish for his downfall. I don't want him to not ever have a job again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make an assessment, but it doesn't have to mean that it becomes something that's bad all the way. Like, it could be a conversation as far as a learning experience or an observation or what we see in society. You're a public figure, so of course people are going to talk about it. But why would I prevent you from getting your bag? That's the question. Y'all going to have to be on camera if y'all want to join on here.
I don't see the point in that.
I see the people in the back, but I don't see y'all on camera. Y'all going to have to get on camera. Y'all not coming up on the platform unless y'all on camera. Go ahead, Dubwell.
And I can see your point by the Celtics, it was being a liability thing. Okay, I can see that. But me personally, if I'm not part of that organization and I'm just on the outside looking in, my thing is like, can he do a job? Who cares? And as far as like him and his girl and his personal life, that's none of my business. I'm hiring you to do a job. Can you do the job or not? Period.
Well, you still got to be able to conduct yourself. You still got to be able to conduct yourself in the right manner, though. You just can't be out here slinging dick.
Well, okay. Well, this is where we might disagree some.
Okay. Tell me why we disagree.
This is still the issue. I can see your point of view about if he was doing stuff with members or with people associated inside the organization. But this is the NBA. Who's not slinging dick?
Yeah, but you can't be slinging dick publicly and fucking on people's wives. That's a part of the organization that you're supposed to be a part of. I don't know why that's a difficult concept for people to grasp. That
no.
Of all of the holes that you want to bust down, and all of the stuff that you got going on behind the scenes, why you got to bust down on one chick that you ain't supposed to be busting down?
I agree. As far as being reckless to that aspect, but as far as just having sex with random women, especially this dude is not married.
So what? It's still appearance, though. Come on, listen, Dubwell, you're a smart man. They're selling sponsorships. They need advertisers, right? They need people to buy jerseys. They want people to feel like it's a family event. They don't want their name to be sullied. It's important for them to do business a certain type of way. You can't just be out here slanging BBC.
If he's doing it behind closed doors and doing it discreetly, what does it matter?
Oh, Dub Will, I can't believe you willing to die on this sword. You about to get me started, bro. So why do we have an inability to be able to have a level of dick discipline when we know that it's on the line? If it's a clear policy and he signed it in his contract that said, I will not slang dick to women in the organization, why can't we just abide by our contracts?
Anton, I've already conceded that point about slinging dick to women in the organization.
So what is the debate then?
I'm talking about just in general.
In general, what?
There's more pussy than there's people in the Boston Celtics or the Brooklyn Nets organization.
But that's not what we talking about. He ain't in trouble for just getting random bust downs. And on top of that, it's still dumb because you still are a public figure. Okay, cool. Dub Will. Let's play it like this. What if I decide that I wanted to go out here slanging dick publicly and cheating on my wife? Is that a cool? Do you think that that's a smart move for me?
You asking me as an individual?
I'm not asking Malika over here. I'm asking you.
I wouldn't care.
Dub Will, that's not what I asked you. I said, do you think that that's a smart move?
It's a smart move.
Are you really sitting here thinking about this?
Whoa. A smart move in the aspect of, could you be risking certain stuff financially? Sure. But you're asking me, would I look at you any differently? No, because that's none of my business. That's between you and Rita.
You're lying, Dub Will.
No, I'm not.
You're lying. Part of the reason that people pick the people that they're going to rock with is because they also take into consideration who they are, right? We don't just rock out with people just because they're good at the thing that they do for a living. That's not what we do. We take into consideration subconsciously every single thing that they do, and then we make a conscious decision of whether or not they align with what it is that we're trying to rock out with at that time. Come on, man. This can't be that hard. Should any random dude, okay, should a porn star that knows how to understand public policy become president of the United States? No, I'm going to answer for you. I don't even want you to think about it. Because they are a representation of the entire United States, which means that they have to go before the United Nations and they have to negotiate with other countries. And it's a reason why we don't let women as voters become president of the United States, because it represents our image. We don't want that woman sitting in front of Vladimir Putin with the nuclear codes, right? Like, you can't just put any and everybody once you get to a certain status, which is one of the reasons why I won't even take a promotion in a company that I'm in right now, because I know that it's things that I say on the internet that wouldn't be a great reflection of the company that I would work for. So I would rather just stay right below becoming a face of the company so that I don't shame or make the company that I work for look bad as a result of the things I say on the internet. I don't know why that's such a difficult thing for people to grasp.
I understand that concept. That's not my point.
Okay, what's your point?
My point is,
anybody is welcome to come up on the panel. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Go ahead, Dub Will.
If you're being sloppy, if you're out here just being reckless, I got it. You're making the company or the organization, whoever you work for, look bad. It could be the president. Bill Clinton was sloppy, okay, and he made the nation look bad. I got it. However, if you're being discreet, if you're keeping your skeletons in your closet to where it's not for public purview, why is it anybody else's business? That's my point.
Because you're still a public figure. And if you wanted to be discreet, then you shouldn't have been a public figure. That's the whole idea behind public figure.
So what you're saying is public figures, we have
a greater responsibility to the public at large to represent ourselves a certain type of way. Absolutely, 100%.
We might just have a fundamental disagreement on that.
So you think that people should be able to do anything that they want to do just because they're discreet about it?
I didn't say anything, but they should still whatever what they do in their private life is not really my concern.
You don't
But
have a
especially when it
private
comes,
life. That's why you call it a public
well,
figure.
that's where we disagree. I don't think just because you're a public figure, you don't get to have a private life.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. You don't get to have a private life. You sign up for a lifestyle that rewards you with all of the riches, all of the visibility, but you also have, and it doesn't matter how you feel about it, you also have a responsibility to the people that you affect. That's why it's called public figure. So do you also, okay, so let's take that argument. First of all, shout out to Charles Martin, the negotiator, says, I wish this Doug Will would just concede. What he did was against company policy. The Nets will make sure they put parameters and clauses in his contract to address it and move forward. Dick discipline maintains the bags. Facts. Charles Martin, 100% facts. So here's the thing. If your mayor of your city or the governor of your state is just running around slanging dick, and it's not necessarily public, but you know that it's something that's happening, are you cool with that?
Is he doing his job as the mayor?
No, because part of being the mayor is being a good reflection of what you're supposed to be to the general public because you're representing the citizens of the city. No, you're not.
I disagree. As long as he's not smashing my wife or anybody.
As long as it ain't your wife.
If I vote for, whoa. I didn't vote for him to be a reflection of me as a person. I voted for him.
But why wouldn't you? Because
as long as he's doing his
it
job,
also affects his ability to do business with other cities, counties, negotiate contracts. It affects whether or not certain other politicians allow for and him to be able to get things passed through legislation when it comes to the state. His relationship with other people is going to determine his success for the city. You need to build good relationships. That's one of the reasons why we say that it's very difficult for things to go on the left and the right to be able to get passed because people are so staunch on one side of the aisle and they don't have the relationships with other people on the side of the aisle in order to do the thing that's in the best interest of the people. Your relationships and people just divesting away from you because they don't want to be associated with you affects your ability to do your job as a public figure.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Let's say
so you don't even concede to that?
His public image. Well, not necessarily. Let me ask you in a different way.
Come give me a kiss.
Let's say he is in his skeletons, no skeleton in the closet. He is a good reflection
Look at my list.
of the people he represents.
Anton Daniels hoodie on. Hey, boo.
But
ain't in school. Down here at the content creation space. My daughter over here at the content creation space having a good time. Go ahead.
That's what's up. But let's say he lives his life on the up and up. He's no public embarrassment. He's a good reflection of the people, all that. But he sucks at his job. What good is that then?
You have to have both. Nobody said that you should be incompetent. You getting the job, your reasonable service is to be good at your job. That goes without saying. I don't really understand what we're talking about.
But that's the only point I care about.
Well, that's the reason why. That's the reason why most people don't elevate because they don't understand the importance of having a good public image, and they so busy trying to get their dick wet behind the private that they don't realize that they killing their reputation in public. It's a stupid thing for people to do.
We just see it differently.
I don't know why you don't think it's important for you to have good character when nobody. So you don't want nobody to make the right decision and have good character when nobody is looking?
I don't know what you're doing behind your closed doors anyway. I don't care. We just have a disagreement about the whole public figures not having a private life anyway. What you do in your bedroom and who you do with, I don't care. I just don't. I never have, I never will.
God bless us. God bless America. What are your thoughts on this, Elijah? I'm gonna bring my other guy up in here real quick. I'm sorry, not Elijah. Machine. What's up, Machine?
You already know what it is.
Chilling, chilling. What are your thoughts on this, bro? Dub Will sees things a little bit differently. I respect his opinion. What are your thoughts on this?
A lot of foolishness. This is like it gets to the point where it's like when are we as black people, African? Let me clarify. African American going to get to the point where we like exercise shaming number one, as
Hey,
well as
Dub Will, mute yourself when you're not talking, big dog, please. Go ahead.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Elijah, you got to be on camera, big dog. I can't see you. Go ahead, machine.
When are we going to exercise shaming? Number one. Number two is like literally like foundational like habits that are really going to bring our quote unquote black community here in America to another level. I just like I'm feeling like I'm not a rapper. Number one, I'm not from the hood. I came up like my dad was there. You know what I'm saying? Like I just see the fuckery that comes along with that, and it's like, it kind of makes me very cringe when we have these conversations, especially online. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Um,
What do you think, Daryl? And anybody is welcome to come up on this channel and have a conversation. What do you think, Daryl?
So I had put in the back chat, bro. The situation that you was talking about with Doug Will, it kind of reminded me of Kwame Kilpatrick.
It did. That's exactly what it is.
And I was thinking, like, Kwame with the money, taking the money from the city, that was one thing that was messed up. But when we found out about the stripper and then she passed away very mysteriously, you can't be doing stuff like that because, from my understanding, Kwame, not only, Anton, you can correct me, he lost his job as mayor, he lost his law degree. He basically, from my understanding, he was kicked out of Alpha Phi Alpha. He lost everything, man. He lost everything. So
Over some what? Over some box.
over some stripper box.
Over some box. No, that ain't even what he got caught up on. He got caught up on his pager and
Yeah.
the text messages between him and his assistant.
Yeah, he was wilding. And then I think about something I saw on your channel maybe a few months ago with the University of Michigan president, right? Where I think he lost $1 million salary.
Over what? Every dude that lose a big contract and get fired from their job and lose everything that they have, what do they lose it over, bro? Box.
over pussy.
Box. They
I agree.
lose it over box. I don't understand what is wrong with us, bro. And then you got Dub Will is over here talking about, well, you should be able to just do whatever you want in your own bedroom. Bro, do you realize that these dudes is fumbling everything? And the reason for that is that the university, for example, the University of Michigan president lost $1 million a year salary for as long as he wanted to be there, and the prestige of being the president of the University of Michigan, free housing, the whole 9 yards, just because he wanted to. What are we talking about, bro? The university don't want to be represented in that way. They don't want to be looked at in that way. I don't understand why that's such a difficult thing.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And then as far as Malika, I think Malika and people like her.
Hey, mute yourself, machine, when you're not talking, bro. Go ahead, Daryl.
Ain't no problem. I feel like Malika kind of just being biased right now because that situation with him getting hired to the Brooklyn Nets, he's a great coach. They went to the finals, you know what I'm saying? And he was an assistant coach with the Nets before. So it has nothing to do with, what happened in Boston. Hopefully he don't do the same thing again, right? But I don't think that Malika has a real strong argument here, to be honest.
Machine, mute yourself, bro, when you're not talking, bro. What do you think about this, Ray?
Can you hear me? Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on, my friend?
Okay. At first, I didn't agree with Malika, but then I thought about it. Maybe the concept of punitive damages, because if he's caught now, he might have been doing it for a long time. So now, we want to hold him accountable just to make a statement. Because sometimes people don't do the wrong thing once. They have a history of it. They have been doing it for a long time. Just like Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein has been doing this for almost 30 years. Nobody said anything because it wasn't big enough. So when it came to the time when it came out, they used the excessive punishment to punish it decades of all these crimes and abuses all the years. So sometimes it's for a punitive reasons. It's to like set an example, not necessarily because of what he did wrong.
So you don't disagree with Malika Andrews?
Eventually, now I don't. At first I didn't, but
you
now
don't. So you
I
don't.
agree with
You
her.
think that this man, is accountable to all women? Has to be accountable to all women?
In a way, yes. Sometimes you get a message. Sometimes you have to set a standard. You have to set a message.
Why should he be accountable to all women?
Because that's the concept of in jurisdiction, the concept of punitive damages. The person is not paying the punitive damages. Just
What does that
because
have
of
to do with being accountable to all women?
Yes, that's the whole point. Like if you commit a crime and they give punitive damages, is make sure you're accountable to everybody in the system, not just your crime alone. So I think that's why I think about it this way. At first I didn't agree with her, but now I do.
Ray, don't you start simping for these hoes, man.
No, I don't like her. I don't like her, but I'm thinking about it. In legal profession, this concept of punitive damages.
He didn't commit a crime. It was a willing participant.
No, punitive damages. Punitive. The point of it is to punish.
What are you talking? There is no punitive damages. What are you talking about? What does that have to do with all women? What does that have to do with all women?
Not all. It's like my point is that his crime, his offense.
He didn't do a crime.
Not the crime. The offense.
It wasn't an offense. The only thing he violated is company policy. That ain't got nothing to do with the women. She was a willing participant.
That's the offense. The offense is the violation of company policy. That's the whole point. So I had to make a statement in terms of keeping people in line. So we are punishing him excessively because of what he did, not necessarily because of that only action. But we are trying to set a precedent. That's the point I'm making.
Ray, you crazy. You crazy out your mind. You smoking crack, Ray.
That's true. No, I'm telling you that.
You smoking crack, Ray. Hey, Machine, I'm going to drop you down for 1 second. Give me a second, big dog.
Ray.
You smoking crack, Ray.
You definitely wrong, Ray. Let me say, before that time, if you don't mind. Ray, what has Malika said about the wife who cheated on her husband? Right? If we're going to hold everybody accountable, what has
baby girl in there?
Because from my understanding, Udoka cheated with the wife of the owner.
Not the owner. Married. It wasn't the owner. It was I think it was a VP.
A VP then.
Yeah, I'm not employee. Yeah.
So why didn't she hold that woman accountable for breaking her oath of marriage?
No, I'm not saying what. I'm not holding. I'm not just. It's not the principle of Malika. I find agree with. It's the principle. Sometimes you have outsized punishments for offenses. They are trying to make a principle that okay, it's almost like being a scapegoat. You're trying to punish somebody, so other people are not encouraged to do the same thing. So that's why she's doing it. So that's why I agree with it. That it's kind of it's punitive for other offenses, not just his own offense. So that's why I look at it. That's an example.
Ray, I'm disappointed in you today, my friend. I'm disappointed in you today, Ray. What are you thinking? What are you talking about, my friend? No man owes all women anything.
No. It's not about owing all women. It's about setting an example. We want to sometimes when people are getting punished, it's not because of just their own offense. It's about you want to make sure that every other person sees this as something that is being
yeah, that's punished. Cool, but Malika Andrews is still wrong. No man owes any woman anything. Why should he be responsible for what it is that he for all women? That does not make sense, Ray.
It's not. Look at it like we are holding him accountable to the public, and that includes women.
Nobody needs to hold anybody accountable to the public. That doesn't make sense, Ray.
Well, yes, we do it now.
No, it doesn't. Shaming. The organization should only be protecting their own interests. That has nothing to do with the general public.
He
Yes,
was held
but the public
accountable
should.
when he was fired from his job. That was him being held accountable. With all due respect.
I agree with you. I agree with you there. But also, him being the public face is part of it. I agree with what you said that it's only between him and the job, but we can also extend it to the public.
So
If not,
Ray,
we will have
if
to.
you do something
Yeah,
and you didn't commit a crime, but it was just morally wrong, should we hold you accountable to the general public?
yeah. Let me give an example. If I say something stupid
What are
now,
you talking about, Ray?
no, I give an. If I say something stupid, every other person will hold me accountable to a certain extent. Let's be honest. If I say something like, if I say something that's out of line right now, everybody will hold me accountable to some extent. Just think about it now. If I say something
Why should
stupid,
everybody
you might,
hold you accountable? The only person that you should be accountable to is the organization that you work for and the person and whoever it is that you cheated on.
maybe, but in a way, sometimes we have a social contract. In like,
You
okay,
have a social
if I say,
contract?
okay, like let me get an example now. If I present myself in a certain way as a Nigerian, it looks a certain way to other Nigerians. Think about it. Even if it's not like logical, but the way I behave and the way I talk reflects on other Nigerians, even right now. Don't you agree? Dara, what do you think?
No, I don't agree. I think that everybody should be. Listen, this is the same argument that I have against with police officers. It's the same argument I have against black men and black people, so on and so forth. Nobody, just because he over there doing pookie stuff, don't mean that I need to be held accountable or that he's a representation of me. That's not an accurate assessment.
Hmm, I'm still not sure because if someone
You're
does
not
something
sure what?
wrong,
So should all police officers? Come on, man.
there's an extent of that. There's always an extent of that. Because if someone does something that's related to me, it will reflect on me in some way because of my interaction
Hey
with that
Ray,
person. That's why I know.
Ray. I got a question. How much you was smoking this morning, big dog? I'm just curious. How much would you have you been smoking this morning?
It's just the principle. It's the principle of making sure that sometimes we extend punishments a little bit more. It happens all the time.
I'm sure Dub will. Dub will. You agree with him or no?
About the point of being accountable to all women.
You know Dub will don't agree with you.
No, I
Dub
don't
will
think
don't
that.
even believe that you should be accountable to the organization that you're getting fired from.
Nah, don't twist my words.
some
Don't
ways
twist my words. Don't twist my words. If it's, I've already conceded to the point about if it's in the contract, then yeah, it's in the contract. But if you're just but if what that you do outside of that contract, I don't
Do
care.
you realize
Now, the
that? Do you realize that almost every single job in America outside of the union is an at-will employment, meaning that they can fire you for any reason if you don't represent the company well.
yeah, they can fire you for whatever they want. I mean, they can fire you because they just don't want you there anymore.
Correct. So what makes you think that you should be able to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it?
Listen, what the argument I'm having is about what your private life is, right?
You don't have a private
What
life
I
if you're a
do,
public figure.
that's where we just disagree. I believe that every person, a public figure, regular citizen, there's a part of your life that is private, that is not owed to anyone. We
Not
just have a
true.
fundamental disagreement there.
Not true.
We disagree.
It's not true.
Okay.
Anything that then becomes public means that it's public. It's not private anymore. Listen, you can't even walk in public and stop me from filming you. You can't stop me from filming you.
Okay, then, so if that's the case, Anton, you're a public figure. Can I just come in your house and start filming you?
Why
No.
do people use an extreme example in order to illustrate a point? You can't come in my house.
It's not.
What are you talking about? But if
It's
some
not an extreme
information that
example, because your house is private.
if information that happens inside of my house leak publicly, then that's full game.
Exactly.
That's what because it leaked public doesn't mean it's anybody's business.
It does.
We
It
have a
leaked
disagreement.
publicly. The whole word that we talking about is publicly. If it becomes public,
you said
then it's
leak,
full game for everybody. That is the thing that you signed up for as
Just
a
because it
public figure. You don't get to pick and choose what people can talk about or
comes
not.
public doesn't
As
mean
a public
doesn't mean it's
figure,
anybody's business.
no. So I can't sit here and tell people what they can and can't say about me, right? I can't censor what people can and can't say about me. When I decided to participate on these platforms, I made myself available, and everything that I represent and everything that I do in the background or whatever, I put that on display to be talked about. I can't sit there and say, well, you can't talk about it, because then that diminishes, because I don't want them on the other side to not reward me for all of the things that come along with what it is that I'm doing and profiting off of. So I also got to take it on the other side. That's just the way it is.
Like I said, we just disagree. I don't care about your private life. I don't. And
it don't matter what you. It don't matter what you care about. What I'm telling you is that it's all full game, bro.
And that's where we have the disagreement. I don't think people's private life should be full game. We just disagree, and we're gonna disagree. I stand on that point.
No, you unwilling to be wrong. You unwilling to be wrong. That's what a lot of these.
No, I'm not only wrong. I disagree.
But you're not disagreeing on any real premise. You disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing, just because you don't want to be wrong.
No, I disagree because I disagree.
You can't disagree just because you disagree, bro. That don't even make sense.
It makes perfect sense. Just because you're a public figure, what goes on in your house, what goes on between you and your wife, what goes on in your private life is no one else's business. I don't agree with that.
If it leaks publicly, it's everybody's business.
Well,
because you can't tell people what to not talk about and talk about when you are a public figure, right, and information becomes public.
And just because information becomes public doesn't mean it belongs to everybody's. It should be.
It does belong to everybody.
Well, I don't agree.
Listen, if you are a public figure, and I catch you with a lady boy,
it's over.
And you selling.
Catch me with no lady boy. That's you want
you
talking about extreme examples. That's
you missing it. This is something that would be no. We using an extreme example. If I catch you with a lady boy and you are a public figure, that's full game, big dog. Don't tell me no, man, because what I was doing, I don't care. I was getting hit by a lady boy. You can't talk about it. No,
I'm not.
No. If you get caught privately and it becomes public that you hanging with a lady boy, are you telling me that I shouldn't talk about it? Are you talking about?
That would never happen in life. Use a different example.
You're missing my point. Are you saying
that I get your point, but I'm not going.
Okay, cool. Well, ignore the example and talk about the point that I'm making. Is it? Should I be able to talk about it?
You're missing my point, Anton.
Answer the question.
Talk about whatever. No. You can talk about whatever you want. That doesn't mean it's your business. People get in people's business every day, and even in regular life. Right or wrong, that don't mean it's your business.
So I shouldn't be talking about. Wait. So I shouldn't be talking about Ime Udoka and him getting caught with a chick that he wasn't supposed to be busting down. I shouldn't be talking about that right now.
I said that from the beginning. I don't understand why this is a story. I said it from day one.
Jesus.
He is not married.
Boy, He's smoking. A single man. You smoking that good today, huh?
I might be. I from the day one, I never understood why this story, especially when I found out him and Nia Long weren't married. Like, who gives a shit?
What do you mean, who cares? Because it's a representation of. Okay, let me ask you a question, Dub Will. Do you understand that what we normalize and what we accept in society as far as behaviors is what then dictates the laws and the different things that happen in our society and how it is that we go about living our lives? It shapes and crafts the narrative of everything that we decide is right and wrong. If it's normalized, okay. How do you think that the alphabet community has been able to get every single law passed? Is that they started to normalize the things that you think shouldn't matter? Hello?
Can you hear me? You hear me?
You heard me. You heard exactly what I said.
No, I said, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You ain't saying nothing.
about the alphabet community and how they got okay, things are normalized. But bro, this is 2022. The cat's out of the bag. So what are we saying? We trying to reverse stuff back?
What are you talking about? I'm talking
What are
about
you talking about?
what
You
we
talking about the alphabet
socialize
community.
and the behaviors and the importance of public
Got it.
figures moving a specific way when it comes to their personal and private life that then influences what the masses are doing. What are you talking about?
Okay. If this had
Yo,
never came out about Ime Udoka, right? You said yourself, his private life. What is that? How does that change anything about him as a basketball coach? What has
What are
changed?
you talking about?
You
Him as
know
a
a little bit.
basketball coach? Because okay, let me tell you why. No. Let me break it down like this, and then I want to come to Israel. This is what it changes. Is because the NBA don't make money just off of people playing basketball. The way that they market their stars and their coaches and their public figures and the organization itself, they market it for you to be able to invest emotionally, spiritually, financially in the stars that they're putting in front of your face. We follow them on Instagram. They market their stars outside of the basketball court. What happens on the basketball court is secondary to what it is that we buying into as far as the product that they selling. You think that they selling basketball. They selling a lifestyle, the way that they wear their shorts, what shoes that they wearing, right? Everything matters. So it does not matter about the basketball coach. Nobody even gives a fuck about whether or not LeBron James wins or not. That's for hardcore basketball fans. For the general public that they selling it to, it matters because they're marketing a product and you buy things because you like people, not necessarily because they're the best at their job. People are still buying Grant Hill jerseys. People are still buying Isaiah Thomas jerseys. People are still buying Michael Jordan jerseys. You think that they just buying that stuff because he was great on the basketball court? They sold the brand. They sold the lifestyle. Be like Mike. Everything that you're doing inside and outside of the court is messing with the bag of the NBA and messing up the bag of everybody that depends on that organization in order for them to be able to secure what it is that they do. What you do publicly and privately matters. I don't know why you don't understand that. The coaching is secondary to what it is that you're putting on the public.
I'm not saying I don't understand your point. I understand your point.
You did. You said, what does that have to
Clearly.
do with his ability
No.
to play, to coach? That's what you said.
But I'm talking about in reality. You're talking about people
That
being
is
invested
reality.
spiritually. Hold on. You're talking about people being invested spiritually in these people. I don't know this motherfucker. I don't know him. I don't know Michael Jordan. I don't know LeBron James. What they do privately is irrelevant to me. The only reason they matter is because of what they do.
It's not.
That's the only reason we care about LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
How LeBron James, the fact that he's married, the fact that he's a good father, it's the reason. Listen, LeBron James is one of the reasons why, people follow his advice. And when he say, hey, we need to vote a specific way, that crafts the policies in the motherfucking country. I don't really understand why you don't get this, bro. Everybody is influential about everything that everybody else does. And what we do is going to determine what happens in the future for the people that come after us. It matters.
But hold on. My point is why I personally don't care and why I don't think anybody else should care about it. Probably. That's my whole point. What you just said about LeBron James influencing public policy. Who cares what LeBron thinks about politics?
Boy.
What does it matter? What does it matter? No, answer that. Why does it matter?
It's a lot of people that care about bro. The first rule of sales is
a lot of people are sheep. Why does it matter?
No, you a sheep too. I'm gonna tell you why.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
not following LeBron James nowhere.
The way that you talk, the career that you got into, every single thing you do is a learned behavior, and you're influenced, whether you want to admit it or not, by everything that you've taken in and the things that you listen to, the people that you subject yourself. Bro, you can't sit here and tell me that I have not influenced you in some way, shape, or form, whether it's financially, whether it's how it is that I market myself, whether it's my lifestyle, whether it's the way that I treat my daughter. You're not going to sit here and tell me that you're not influenced in some way, shape, or form by what it is that I do.
By the advice you give, some of the things you say,
it's the lifestyle that I live.
No.
That's bullshit, bro, and you fronting.
It's not bullshit. I'm not fronting at all. I don't listen. You might be you from what you show, you appear to be a great husband, great father. I don't care about any of that because I'm not married to you and you're not my daddy. I listen to you
Lies.
for what you know. No, it's not.
Lies.
What you know and
Lies.
the advice you give. I'm not in your
Cool.
family.
Then if that's the case, then why do you jump on my panels on Fight Club instead of just the Millionaire Morning Show?
For the same reason. It ain't
Because
you
you want to hear what it is that I know on Fight Club?
Sometimes, yeah, depending on the topic. I don't jump on every Fight Club panel. Right or wrong, I'm not on every Fight Club panel. And usually when I jump on Fight Club, it's toward the beginning when we're talking about the topic at hand. When it starts to veer off into other stuff, that's when I jump off. And that goes back to my original point is because how you are.
Israel, let me ask you a question before you go in. What is one of the first rules of sales, bro?
Sales is the transference of emotion.
Meaning basically, that people buy things because they like you and not necessarily because you're good at it.
Right. They don't buy because it's the product. They're buying you yourself.
Thank you. Go ahead, Israel.
Yo, what's up to the panel? What's up, Dub Will? What's up, Darren?
What's up,
What's going on, fam? How y'all doing? What's up? Yo,
right.
come back to the camera.
No, man, I need a break, bro.
Nah, come back to the camera, Anton. Nah, come back to the camera, Anton. I want to bring you to the front of the conversation.
Okay. Dub Will, you married, right?
Yep.
Did your wife marry you because you sold her and you gave yourself a presentation and all of that, or did she only look at you for what it was that you was gonna give her as a husband? Curious.
I didn't give no presentation. I don't know how to do that.
You had to present yourself when you walked up to her, when you met her, when you said hey or whatever, or did you guys just blindly marry each other, not knowing anything about each other?
No. I didn't present myself in any way other than who I was, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And she made an informed decision because of that.
When you walked, how did you meet your wife?
I met her at a graduation party. It was random.
You met her at a graduation party. How did you get introduced to her?
She called me over. I didn't introduce myself. I was just there. She called me over.
So your chick said, hey, big boy, come on over here and let me talk to you.
Something like that. She didn't say big boy, but
bro, come on, man. You ain't even being realistic right now, bro.
Yo, can I get in?
I'm not. What you mean? She called me over. She introduced herself to me. What you want me? You want me to lie? I got no reason to lie.
Go ahead, Israel. This is insane. This is the need to be right personified, bro. Go ahead, Israel.
Well, Anton,
it's really not. Hold on, Israel. It's not the need to be right because I've already conceded some points where you were right on about the whole, as far as it being in his contract and all that. You
didn't concede the point. You agreed with it because you never had a problem with the first point that I made in the first place. You didn't concede to that because you never disagreed with that specific point. You're not conceding to something that you disagree with now. It's a difference. You never disagreed with me in the first place, so that's not conceding a point.
Fair enough. I'm not going to concede to something or agree with something I don't agree with. I don't agree with you.
I know you don't.
I don't care about. I don't.
I know.
So why would I concede something I don't agree with?
Cool. Go ahead, Israel. All
right, yo. So I just wanted to say a couple of real quick things. So the first thing is Anton. I told you, fam.
You was right.
I told you.
Wait, Israel. Do you see how I just right after that I'm like, you know what? You was right, bro. He was right. It's not that difficult for us to be like, you know what? You got that one, bro. You was right. Dub will know that I'm right, but it's okay.
But look, this he'll come back later. But this is the thing: when he watched the replay, he'll look and see what you're saying. So this is the thing, though. I think that Dub Will's trying to say, and he's not necessarily wrong about this aspect. Ime Udoka was hired because he is a good coach. They hired him in spite of his public image or despite of his discretion. You see what I'm saying?
No.
So I understand that part. You don't understand that?
No, because he had to build a relationship, which is one of the reasons why Brooklyn Nets is bringing him into the fold, because he was a assistant coach with them, and he showed his good character and his ability to have a great relationship is what's affecting his ability to get rehired.
That makes sense because
It
he
don't
does
have
have a
nothing to do with the
relationship.
fact that he's a good coach.
Well, I think that has a little bit to do with it, but he does have a relationship with Sean Marks too from San Antonio. So I agree with that part. The relationship aspect of it, he has built relationships. But this is the thing, right? So Malika Andrews, right? Man, I definitely don't agree with what she's doing. She's pushing a feminist agenda. She's using her platform to push a feminist agenda and to be able to try to degrade and put down men and black men in specific. So I'm not feeling that at all.
I agree with you. I agree 100%, which is the opposite of what Ray down there is saying. Ray's saying
No,
that
no, 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 no,
no, no, no, no, yes, 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 yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no, no, no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes, yes,
no,
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 yes.
no, no,
Ray,
no, no. That's what I'm
there's
saying.
no
I said
reason why
one
he should
point.
have to be accountable to all women. That is a feminist agenda.
No, no, I said one point. There's one point I made. Sometimes when you do something wrong, the punishment is to set an example to every other person, not just for what you did. That's what I
You're
stand by
wrong.
it still.
Yeah,
I'm
brother.
still
Because
I'm still right.
the truth is, a lot of these cats do this all the time. It just was the circumstances behind him for whatever reason, whatever other agenda they had, is the reason why they exposed him. Not to say that was right what he did. At the same time, this is common practice in the NBA. It's just that he pissed off the wrong people or they had another agenda for him, and that's what that was about.
No, no, it's not common practice to bust down somebody, a VP's wife of the
That's what Stephen
organization,
A.
bro.
said. Anton, that's
It's
what Stephen
common
A. said.
practice
Said
for
it happens
dudes to
every
have
day.
side chicks, but it's not common practice for dudes to be busting down a VP's wife
Oh
in the
yeah, that was
organization that you work for.
yeah, that was a little slow motion. That
That's
wasn't
not
smart at
common,
all.
bro.
That wasn't smart at all. And I do agree with you, Anton, that a lot of men do allow women to destroy it. And that's the thing that I was saying in another conversation. When I was young, I noticed that the destruction of many great men comes because of women, because of them chasing women, chasing a box. So I always determined as a young man to never allow myself to be destroyed because of no woman's box. Like that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And I
get
think
it.
as a man, we could determine that.
And you know the thing about it is that people, I see people in the chat saying stuff. Well, he not married. Well, it doesn't matter. The contract didn't say you have to be married or unmarried in order to not sleep with somebody in the organization. Like that doesn't make sense. I
Right, because
don't I don't understand
it
why
could
y'all don't
destroy the
get it.
fabric of the organization. It could destroy the organization from the inside out.
Why don't these people get that you need to have a listen? There is like 4.5 billion women in this world. Why do you have to sleep with the one that's in the organization that you work with?
You know what that remind me of, Anton? It remind me of
Hey, I
Delonte
gotta go. I'll
West.
see y'all later.
All right, bro.
Peace, Dub Will. That it remind me of Delonte West and what he did with LeBron. And after that,
I
Delonte
agree.
West was never the same. You know what I'm saying? He was never the same.
I don't understand why people don't get that. Why? Of all the people that you can bust down, you got your pick of the litter. You got your pick of the litter. What are you doing? But don't
Yo,
get that
Anton, I just wanted to say I was right, and I wanted to just talk briefly, but I'm out.
twisted.
Y'all be easy.
All right, my friend.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish talking to Ray. And Ray, let me say this too. There's something else that you was wrong about because you said that you might be a reflection of all Nigerians. I think that Anton was right, and that's a miss. Like that assessment is just wrong, bro. Because if I took that assessment and said, well, Dylan Roof, for example, his actions and what he did with those women inside that church, that's a representation of all white men now. That would be that assessment would be stupid, bro. You know what I mean? You you muted, my brother.
What I'm saying is that many people say that. Many people say that Dylan Roof is a representative of all white people. Am I wrong?
Yes, but they're
70%,
wrong. They are wrong.
but they said it. But they've said it.
No, the reason why I believe that you're wrong in this is because none of us really represent each other really. Like we belong in socioeconomic classes, right? And that's something that I always talk about is we act like socioeconomic classes don't exist, but they do. Classes of money, salary, education, specific types of education, right? STEM education versus what they will call in this sector basket weaving degrees, right? That's different from a medical degree, from a electrical engineering degree, a computer science degree. We live in different classes. So I don't think that if one woman is out here twerking and acting like Glorilla, right? She doesn't represent the women in the chat like M Mills, Leak, Six of God. She don't represent those women, right? I don't think that Dylan Roof, like I said, would be a great representation if I apply how I believe you're kind of saying that you or when somebody do something, their representation of all black people. I think that that's borderline prejudice and racist because, again, if I apply that to Dylan Roof, if I apply that to Elvis Presley, who married a 14-year-old girl, right? These men would be the total sum of all their race when we know that they are not. So I just think that you got to redefine your thinking there, my brother. With all due respect.
No, I'm not. What my point is that we always look at things in a negative way. If you see somebody like now, if you see a Japanese person for the first time, you will think, okay, maybe other Japanese people are like him. What I'm saying about it is that when someone commits a crime or does something wrong, sometimes they give an outsized punishment as an example. So that's why the punishment will be extreme. That's what
Yeah, I
I mean.
still disagree, right? I still disagree
But it
because,
happens.
right,
But you know it
recently,
happens. Yeah.
I
You know
understand that
is
it
that
does happen, right? But those, like Anton said, those people are wrong. With that being said, Daryl Brooks will represent all African Americans, and there's no way hell
but
that
some
he can.
but some people believe, but a lot of people believe that. I'm just trying to say that I'm trying to set the precedence that okay, at some point people generalize, and that's human nature, and that's why they punish people in an oversized way, so as to push back a little bit. Sometimes the punishment seems excessive, but they believe that by giving that person the extreme punishment, it in a way it kind of equalizes the situation. Because sometimes people commit a crime and they can't catch the person, but when the person they catch, that person is going to take extra brunt of the punishment. That's what I mean.
No, I get the point, Ray. That's why I think I said that it stops being a generalization and it's definitely a prejudice and a borderline, racist. Because
Yes.
to say that
Yeah.
again, if I applied that, then men like Daryl Brooks represent men like Anton, which I'm pretty sure he would disagree with. He don't represent men like me.
Yeah.
He don't represent men in the chat. He represent himself, right? So I
Yes.
just think, like I said, we gotta, just redefine that thinking and just, tweak it a little bit. That's all, my brother.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
salute,
That's fine.
Anton. I appreciate you, my brother.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you for rocking out with me, bro.
God bless. Peace, Ray.
Ray, you want to come up off of that point, big dog?
Okay, I concede. Have a nice good night. Have a nice day.
See you, bro. Listen, I want y'all to follow me on Patreon. Tap in. Make sure y'all get all of the information. I'm gearing up to release a lot of videos, so I got my team on it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tapping in. Rita, who was the person that sent me this hoodie before we get up out of here? Okay, so we're going to give y'all the information to some of the gear that I'll be wearing from the people that send me stuff. Y'all send me stuff that y'all want me to wear. My address is in the description of the video. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon again. If you need to get in touch with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. We over here rocking. We fixing stuff up. Rita, you want to come say hi to the people before we get up out of here? This chick done made herself at home. She got house shoes on and everything.
No, these are outside shoes. Hi.
All right. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Shout out to Brock. Shout out to all of the people that contribute to the platform. We love you. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, we love y'all. So, uncomfortable conversations sometimes, but we definitely want to add value into y'all life. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. All right? Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful, rich, or great by ourselves. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. The best day to join the Patreon is early in the month. Make sure y'all tap in. I'm about to start hitting y'all off with that reel. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.